I don't like it.
Hi, my name is Gwen. I am an artist, and in this video I will take you along with me on a few days in the studio. Oh, I'm seeing a cat. I feel like it always goes like this. I'm talking and then a cat shows up. I just came across this open call for artists to make an artwork surrounding the theme Lost in Translation, which I think is really interesting, and I really want to do that. The deadline is only a week from now, so I'm not sure exactly if I'm gonna make it, but I thought it would be fun to take you along from the start of a project to the finish, so I'm gonna do that. I'm in the studio. It's always hard not to get distracted because I have a lot of projects going on. I'm working on like a night rain series in the city and the second part of my portrait project as well. And I want to start a painting for a friend of mine who's getting a baby. I'm gonna make a painting for the baby. But I'm not gonna do that now. I'm gonna work on the Lost in Translation. I'm gonna start with some sketching, I think. I don't always sketch before starting a painting, and I'm not totally sure why. I think it might partly be because I can work very impulsively, meaning that lots of times when I get the urge to start a painting, if at all possible, I will do it right away. I do sometimes do a little composition sketch, but not much to do with the concept of a painting as I did here. So I'm thinking some kind of self-portrait with different faces in it, like looking down and looking up. Maybe taking off the glasses. The idea that I have is that a part of me gets lost in translation, because I feel like I'm a different person in a different language, and I'm learning French right now, and I feel like there's so many things that I cannot say, which make that I don't feel like the same person I am when I am talking English or Dutch, which is my native language. I just feel like it kind of, a part of me kind of disappears, vervliegt. And I want to kind of capture something like that. I think I would like to start spending a bit more time in the concept phase of an artwork, trying to work out what I want to convey with it. But I'm also always debating this a little bit, because on one hand, I like the idea of spending more time on concepts and working them out a bit more, but on the other hand, I also like things to just kind of emerge instead of planning them. And I think it really comes down to where you think the meaning of a work comes from. Is it something that you like deliberately give to it as an artist, or does it come just naturally from within you without even thinking about it? Or maybe an artwork has some inherent meaning just from being an artwork, I don't know. Or maybe the viewer gives their own meaning to an artwork. I think oftentimes it might be a combination of all of these things. But it does leave me debating whether I want to spend time on really working out my concepts before I start a painting. I think I do want to try it out a little bit more. I wonder if you guys have opinions about this. On how do you like to start a project? Like, do you have a concept, or do you spend time on that? And where do you think the meaning of an artwork comes from? if it has any. If you have any thoughts to share about this, please do so in the comments. I would love to hear it. Yeah, this is kind of what it's going to be. Here's going to be the hand. This face is going to look you into the eye, and then it's going to cut off right there. Oh yeah, I'm going to kind of manufacture some kind of reference now on my iPad, see how that goes. Okay, so this is what I came up with. And I'm not really sure yet if I want this background face to look as if it really comes out of the other face, or if it's more on the background, in different layers or something. And I'm gonna like add some more hair here too. No, yeah. Something like this. I thought for this painting it would be interesting to use a limited palette just to convey the difficulty of translating certain things and certain aspects of yourself into a different language. At least that was my idea at the start. It did develop a little bit more just during the process of painting, but that was the idea that was why I started with a limited palette. Okay, hello. It's been, I think, at least a week, and it's Monday now, and deadline for the actual open call that inspired this was last Friday, so I won't be able to participate in that anymore. But that's okay. I still want to finish this painting because the subject really inspired me, so I'm gonna go and finish it anyway. So here I have my rough reference that I made on my iPad, and here is my painting. I haven't looked at it in a week at least, but this is where we're at. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. And the color scheme is also interesting. I'm still kind of working out how much of the red, orangey, pink, that's this color right here, I still want to use in this painting, if I want to let it shine through or not. If I actually want to use it, or if I want to keep it more like, how do you say that? Analogous color scheme. I really do like that it is a limited palette. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm just gonna go paint and see how I feel. Okay, so I don't like it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that the faces look like two different colors now, like totally. But I'm not 100% sure what I do want it to look like. Yeah, I feel like this should have more colors, and this should have less. But this color should be in here too. So I'm just gonna have to add some blue to this, probably, I guess. I'm just figuring it out as I go, or trying to at least. We need some blue here, and I want this gone. See what it looks like if there's not really a lot of this color showing. So I'm gonna do that. I'm thinking now that I will try to make this side of the face more bluish and see how that looks. But I do really like this shade of pink here on the forehead, so not sure. Maybe I should do this side. I'm just gonna try it out and see what works. Ooh. Yeah, all right. We're back. It's the next day, and hopefully the last day working on this, because I would like it to be finished. I'm gonna try to finish it today. This painting started with an idea about language, not being able to translate yourself into a different language, but I think it turned out to be about much more than that. First, I thought it was about being a different version of yourself in different situations, and maybe not being able, or maybe being afraid of showing everything all the time. And it's still about that, but I think it's also about finding those parts of yourself, like figuring out for yourself who you are and who you want to be. To me, the figure in the back represents the parts of me that I can translate for myself and to others. That's the part of me that is living life and that's out in the world. It's in profile, which means you only see one side of her. And she's facing something we can't see. She's facing the unknown, life. While other parts of me, the other nuances of who I am, are just kind of sitting there, waiting for me to find them. And it is hard sometimes to find them because there's always so many things around us that influence us. So it's hard to know which part are really us and which are influenced by our surroundings. And maybe in reality, the real us is a mix of both of those things. I really think that's true. And that's what the drips and the stripes kind of represent for me. And I think the figure in the foreground is me for real, looking at us. I think she's figuring it out, finding her way to me, and finding a way to reveal herself to the world. I'm gonna leave it at this and see how it looks when it dries. Yeah. So it's been 2 days, I think, and this is the final painting, or I think it's the final painting. It's what I usually do, or what happens. I'm not sure if it's intentional, but what usually happens is that I leave a painting that I think might be finished for some time, a couple of weeks or maybe even a couple of months, and then I'll look at it again and then I will know for sure whether it's finished. But yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts on the meaning of art, or maybe even how this painting feels to you, or whatever you want to share. I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Bye! Bye.